types of computer. How many types are there in a computer or of a computer? Analog, digital, or hybrid? So what is an analog computer? The computer which provide us continuous information are called analog computer. So very clear from the sentence. An analog computer represent physical quantity in the form of wave or in continuous form. So the difference between, let's come to the difference later. So analog computer actually process the information in a continuous form or a wave form. Okay. Output is usually displayed on meter or graph. Okay. So have you seen the continuous wave, like sine wave? Have you seen the sine wave? That is an example of continuous wave. Or some kind of, have you ever plot x is equal to y, a linear line? So that is also continuous without any break. If a graph is without any break, then that graph is analog or continuous. So process that wave or that graph is called analog. So it does not operate with digital signal. So what is the difference between digital and continuous signal? I have already taught you, I guess. What is the difference between digital and analog signal? We have discussed that, I guess. What is the difference? I have already told you a few moments earlier. Yes, analog signal is continuous signal. And what is digital signal? Only binary form. Quantize word may have used the word quantize, and you remember that. Okay, so low memory and pure function because the wave is continuous, and that's why the memory is low. So let's discuss why the memory is low or why the pure function were did by that computer. Any idea? Because that was earlier computer. In earlier computer, there were a problem of memory and processing power. That's why low memory and lower function were performed by those kind of computers. Fast speed, because that doesn't need, for relatively fast speed, not that fast speed, but relatively that doesn't need to convert that to some digital thing or like decode that in a binary form that just process in a continuous way. Difficult to use, built for special purpose. So analog computers were special purpose computer. Example, a traditional clock is the example of analog computer. Have you seen the analog we usually use in our homes, analog clock? That is an example of. If that use the same phenomenon as computer, then this is a computer. Otherwise, I don't think so. We call it a computer because they don't have memory. If they don't have memory, they don't have a controller, and they don't have kind of RAM or storage. They might not be a computer, but system. We call it a system. Then the needle of clock covers the distance of dial continuously. So, okay, weight machine and speedometer are other example of analog computer. So we have already discussed in earlier lectures that speedometer, the meter in your car or in your vehicle, is an example of analog system or analog computer. And similarly, weight machine. Have you seen a device that is hang on some point and you just put some weight on that and they turn right? So that is actually weight machine. What is digital? The computer which present physical quantities with the help of symbols or numbers and provide us discrete information are called digital computer. So digital computer actually works on digits. Okay. So or numerical numbers like binary number, or they process some kind of numeric system, for example, hexadecimal and this decimal format. So those kind of computer or those kind of processing machines are called digital computer. Process data in numerical form digital circuit. So actually, the computer is made of digital circuits. Perform arithmetic and logic operations with discrete values. So I guess we have discussed what is arithmetic and logic operation. Okay, so the basic math is arithmetic problem, and the logic gate operation is logic. So what is logic gates? That is the AND, OR, NOR, XNOR, NAND, and all that kind of logic operation is logic gates. Okay, the values are 0 and 1. So usually digital computer works on binary. So the values are 0 or and 1, and that is called binary values. Why it doesn't process 2 or 3 instead of 1 or 0? Any idea? Why it is called machine language? Why machine doesn't understand 2? So actually it comes from a concept of on off. So if a light is on, so it means it represents 1, or a light is off, then it represents 0. So that concept is actually embedded in a digital computer. So in digital computer, everything is described in 2 states of on and off. 1 represent on and 0 represent off state. Fast, accurate use in offices and homes. So actually this digital computers are mostly general purpose system or general purpose computer. So we usually use that in our offices or homes or farms. Okay, so those machines are called digital computer with these properties. So a few examples are digital watch, smartwatch. So maybe some of you are using already. Digital petrol station and the computer. So have you ever seen the petrol station? Yes, sir. The clock over there which measure the petrol amount and the price. So that is actually a digital system. And similarly, computer in front of you is a digital system. Digital scoreboard. So have you ever seen the previous scoreboard in cricket match? That was a kind of manual thing. A card is just pasted behind the board, and you see that as a score of that batsman. Say Eden was scored 197 or 196. So, but no, these days digital scoreboards are everywhere. Even digital advertisement boards. So you see these days, right? These are example of digital computer. Hybrid. So what is hybrid computer? The phenomenon of hybrid is the combination of digital and analog. So the computer which have qualities of both digital and analog computers are called hybrid computers. Hybrid computer has the speed of analog and the accuracy of digital computers. So, okay. So analog computer has more speed because they doesn't need to convert that to the binary form and or the processing form, quantization. And so usually analog circuits or operation are fast, but the accuracy of digital computer is more than analog. It can accept data in analog and digital form. So hybrid machine has the capability to accept either digital input or analog input. Let's come to the example. Who asked the question? CR. So ECG monitor of a patient in a hospital is, have you ever seen the output page of an ECG machine? Maybe most of our elders have heart problems, so every house has maybe a cardiac patient. Then they might have an ECG page. Just go home and just check. Don't advise them that you have that problem, but just see that is analog signal. So the ECG signal is actually analog, but so hybrid devices may calculate patient's heart function, temperature, blood pressure, and other signs. So there are ECG, which is analog machine, then ECG, that is digital machine with analog output. So that's why it's called hybrid machine. Classification of computer. Computer are classified in on the basis of size, speed, processing power, and price. Categories are personal computer, mini computer, supercomputer, mobile devices, mainframe computers, embedded computers. We have studied, I guess, that. So we'll just go through it. Personal computers are used by individuals. We and you people use that computer are called a personal computer. Consists of processor, memory, one or more input-output devices, storage devices, and communication devices. So we have already studied all these points. It doesn't need any more explanation. Commonly used personal computers are PCs compatible with Windows and Apple compatible with macOS. Any other operating system rather than Windows and Apple, Linux, huh? iOS, yeah, that is mobile OS. Major types of personal computers are desktop, portable computer, desktop computer. The most common type of personal computer is desktop computer. Then design in a way all its component fits on the disk or table to perform a variety of tasks. So desktop has a power CPU and keyboard, mouse, and a screen. So that is actually personal computer. Then portable computers like portable computers, mobile personal computer that can be carried from one place to another. What is an example of portable computer? Your laptop is portable computer and has input, output, storage, and processing components integrated in a single unit. So that is a single unit computer. Compared to the desktop, that is multiple unit computer, right? A separate CPU, separate screen, separate mouse, separate keyboard. But a portable computer has all in one single unit computer. So it can receive power from a battery. Types of portable computers are laptop, ultrabook, and tablets. These are example of portable computer. Mobile devices designed to hold in your hand. Small screen data are permanently stored on a special memory or on a small storage media such as smart card. Usually SD card are used for that purpose, an additional memory. Always powered by a rechargeable battery system. So this is actually about your cell phone, a smartphone. So you recharge it continuously after like 3 to 4 hours. Types of mobile devices are smartphones, handheld computers, farm computer, very small, छोटे कंप्यूटर की बात हो रही है, ठीक है. वेरी स्मॉल कंप्यूटर, पर्सनल डिजिटल असिस्टेंट, पीडीए. पहले पीडीए हुआ करते थे, छोटे छोटे कंप्यूटर होते थे जिसपे नोट पैड का काम दिया जाता था. So it is actually about that. नोट टेकिंग और कॉन्टेक्ट मैनेजमेंट और इस तरह की चीजें होती थी उसपे. Data can synchronize with a desktop. So you can synchronize your handheld computer with your main computer. Okay. Any machine which inputs data, store that, process that, and output that is a computer in one definition. But in generally, when you go in detail, then you find that in computer there is a input devices, RAM, storage, hard, and then processor which process data. So actually, when you make a machine, and for input devices you have input devices, for processing you have processor, for memory, for storage you have RAM and hard disk, and for outputting that device you have output devices like screen, like a printer. So any machine which has those capabilities. तो हम जो है पढ़ रहे थे about computers, different types of computer. So then there comes many computers. It is also called mid-range computers, power between mainframe and desktop. So it is मेन फ्रेम कंप्यूटर आगे आ रहे हैं तो उसके और डेस्कटॉप कंप्यूटर के मिड की रेंज के कंप्यूटर हैं हैंडल 100 of users at a time. It handles 100 of users, so it is a kind of server computer. ठीक है. Used in smaller organizations, user access through a terminal. So it is a server actually. Do you know about a terminal? What is a terminal? Client side of that server. It is actually a terminal. So in your lab, your systems are actually terminal computers that access that server in the data center, right? So example are SP300 and Prime 9955. Mainframe computers are called enterprise server of high-ended server. So these servers are high in performance than mini frame computer. Large in terms of price, power, and speed. So the complexity, processing complexity, cost increases with when we come to mainframe. When we come from mini frame to mainframe, consists of multiprocessor. So there are multi-processor instead of one processor in this kind of computer. Perform multiple tasks, so multitask computer. Okay, mainframe computer used in large organizations, handle thousands of users. Thousands of users can be used at a time. User and how about mini frame? So 100 of user. Mini जो आपका मेन फ्रेम है, they can handle up to thousands of users. User access through a terminal, same as mainframe. Large and powerful systems, example are IBM S390 and IBM System Z10. Are used in large organizations such as banks, educational institute, and governmental department like NADRA. Flight schedules, ticket reservation system, etc. So these are few examples of mainframe computers. Then there comes supercomputers. The most powerful computers handle large and complex calculation, process trillions of operations per second. Found in research organization, example are Blue Gene and Deep Blue. These are two examples. So if you want to know more about these supercomputers, it is better to study these two computers, right? Used for weather prediction and atomic research, etc. Also used in business and industry field. So supercomputer actually use mostly for scientific purposes, for like NASA and that kind of big organization. So they use for scientific and research purposes. And in atomic related research, it is also used. They also use supercomputers. Embedded computer designed for special purpose. I guess we have already discussed that in detail. Is a computer in a large product, small and limited hardware. Small computer होते हैं, handheld होते हैं, छोटे होते हैं, easy to carry होते हैं, portable होते हैं. Example are home devices, security monitoring, microwave ovens, etc. are embedded computers. Electronics, DVD players, and mobiles are a few examples of embedded computers. Okay, so that's all about computer types. Let's come to the computer software. Computer users can be divided into 5 categories: home user, small office or home office users, mobile users, large business user, and power users. So yes, वो सुपर कंप्यूटर नहीं है. Maybe that is mainframe computer, but that is not a super computer. Mainframe की कैटेगरी में I guess वो आएंगे क्योंकि वो thousands of user at a time handle कर सकते हैं. But supercomputer is way powerful. ٹھیک ہے. I guess in my opinion that is mainframe computer. جی کیا سپر کمپیوٹر سائز؟ آف کورس اس میں سائز اس میں بڑے ہوں گے اور کیونکہ اس کی جو ساری کمپلیکسٹیز ہے وہ انہینس ہوگی. اور آج کل ویسے بھی سرکٹ کم آ رہے ہیں تو میں بھی ان کے ایکول ہو اور ان کی پروسیسنگ کیپیبلٹی. سپر کمپیوٹر میرے حال میں کمپیوٹر پاکستان میں نہیں ہے. جو ہمارے ایچ پی سی کا ہے یہ پاکستان میں سیکنڈ نمبر پہ ہے. ہماری ایچ پی سی فرسٹ آئی گیس نسٹ کے پاس ہے. جی ایٹامک انرجی کے پاس بھی اسی طرح کا ہوگا کوئی سپر کمپیوٹر. سپر کمپیوٹر کچھ ہی ہے, اتنے زیادہ نہیں ہے. میں بھی چائنا کے پاس ہو, امریکہ کے پاس ہو, رشیا کے پاس بھی ہو سکتا ہے, میں بھی جرمنی اور اس طرح کے ساتھ. جاپان سرچ کر لو کہ سپر کمپیوٹر کس کے پاس ہے. یور ہوم اسائنمنٹ نہیں ہواوے کے نہیں ہے. یہ ریکس ہواوے کے لگے ڈیٹا سینٹر میں. لینوو بیسڈ جو ایچ پی سی ہے وہ تو لینوو بیسڈ ہے. اور یہ اصل میں اسمبلی ہوتی ہے, مطلب ڈفرینٹ پارٹس ڈفرینٹ کمپنی بناتی ہے. جیسے انٹل پروسیسر بناتے ہیں, اس طرح جو ہے ہر جو ہے مختلف کمپنیز کے اکوپمنٹ مل کے پھر اسمبل ہو جاتے ہیں اور اسے ایک کمپیوٹر بن جاتا ہے. ٹھیک ہے. کمپیوٹر کیٹیگریز آر آف ڈفرینٹ کائنڈ. فار ایگزامپل ہوم یوزر, and then small office, home office user, mobile users, large business user, and power user. What in which category you people lie? Power users بھی ہو سکتے ہیں. So you are home user, maybe small office user. اگر آپ آفس میں بیٹھے ہوئے یا لیب میں اس کو آپ کنسیڈر کر سکتے ہیں. موبائل یوزر بھی ہیں آپ. لارج بزنس تو آپ نہیں یوز کرے تو اس میں آپ نہیں آتے. پاور یوزر ہو سکتا ہے فیوچر میں ہوں آپ کمپلیکس. جی پاور یوزر ویسے کم ہی بندے ہوں گے جو پاور یوزر ہوں گے. پاور یوزر سے مراد یہ ہے کہ آپ کسی ہائی ریسرچ لیب میں بیٹھ کے کمپلیکس کیلکولیشن کر رہے ہیں ایک سسٹم کے ساتھ, سسٹم لیول پہ آپ اس کو ڈیل کر رہے ہیں, اس کو آپ پاور یوزر کہہ سکتے ہیں. ٹھیک ہے. A home user spends time on computer for personal and business communications, budgeting and personal financial management, entertainment and web access. تو اس ڈیفینیشن کے مطابق تو آپ سارے ہوم یوزر ہوں. A small office or home office user include any company with fewer than 50 employees as well as self-employed people that work out of their home. So if a person goes to an office and use a computer in that organization using some server or all that, then that is a small office and small home office computer. So maybe your lab is a kind of small office or home office. Software house, yes, we can say. Mobile user travels to and from a main office or school to conduct business, communicate, or do homework. So yes, I guess anybody which has a laptop can be a mobile user or mobile cell phone, smartphone. A large business user works for a company that has a large number of employees and computers usually connected to a network. So usually your labs actually lies in this category, I guess, because the computers are connected to the main server. So usually if you get a chance to go to an organization and you see that there is some kind of server and computer are connected with the server and you are given some interface and you work in that interface. Usually software houses do like that. They give you some interface and you write code in that interface, and that is collected behind that computer in a server. So that would be large business user. Power users such as an engineer, architect, or desktop publisher typically works with multimedia, which combines several media elements into one application and requires the capability of a workstation or other powerful computer. So जो आप लोगों को सर्विसेज दे रहे हैं, जो आपके इंजीनियर बेक आईटी डिपार्टमेंट है, they lies in this category, power users. Software asset of instruction given to the computer to solve a problem. Software is also known as a program. Computer software specify a sequence of operations to be performed by computer. Computer works according to the instruction written in software. Different software used to solve different problem. Software are made or developed to solve specific problem. For example, your Microsoft Office is made to solve office related issue. For example, Word is made to write your notes, right? Thesis. PowerPoint is made to make presentations. MS Excel is made to do business related issues, and your daily routines, like keeping your record of. So that is a kind of large tables, and with different function you can perform. Okay. So these are different software used to solve different problem. Computer system usually, this is a kind of three: computer system, computer hardware, computer software, and then there comes two different software: system software and application software. What is the difference between system software and application software? BIOS तो मेरे ख्याल में embedded उसमें आ जाते हैं, उसमें कोड ऑलरेडी embedded होता है, वो कोड वो रन करता है जिससे वो सिस्टम उसको सिस्टम को रन करता है कि सारे ऑन हो जाओ, मेमोरी लोड कर दो, उससे मतलब हार्ड डिस्क से डेटा लोड करो, जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जहाँ लगा हुआ है वो उन फाइल्स को लोड कर दो. So BIOS is related to that thing. But I was asking about system software other than Windows. जी, application है. Those are application software because they are used for specific. Drivers are system software, I guess. ठीक. The main types of software are as follows: system software, application software. So system software set a program to control and manage the actual operation of a computer, a hardware. So system software actually controls the operations for the hardware. It controls the usage and allocation of different hardware components. So taskbar, when you open the taskbar, you see different processes. So there are multiple applications running which you don't know about. For example, you just run your Microsoft Word, and when you open the taskbar, there are around more than 50 application or processes that run in the background. Those are system application. It controls the usage and allocation of different hardware components, enable application programs to execute properly. So actually, it deals with the hardware and the application software. So system software actually deals with hardware and deals with application software. So it is a kind of bridge between application software and hardware. Control basic operation is for saving data on disk, printing documents. So these are few examples. For example, it tells the hard disk to save this document at that address, there and that address. And then when the data is fetched, so it tells the hardware to fetch data from that location. So that is actually saving data or reading data from this. Two types of system software are operating system and utility programs. Utility program means the usual programs run behind the front, running different processes to operate the system smoothly. Operating system set of program that manage all computer components and operation. So that is operating system. A computer cannot do anything without an operating system. So actually, operating system operate the system. Operating system means operate the system, that is actually give instruction to the hardware to run this way. It must be installed on every computer to communicate with user and with the hardware. User interact with computer through operating system. Microsoft Windows and Linux are two examples. So we have already discussed all other operating system, like for mobile you have heard about Android and iOS. These are operating system made for handheld devices or smartphones. What is utility programs? Software that is used for effective management of computer system. User can use utility program to perform maintenance tasks related to different devices and programs. So it is also used for maintenance like troubleshooting. So when you click troubleshooting, the system itself try to repair that process or find the default in the system. So these kind of utility program actually are the system application. It keeps the computer running smoothly. As I said earlier, antivirus and file compression are few example of utility. So actually, antivirus and file compression are both application software and utility software, because a user use that antivirus. You click that, you you kill some viruses, and user use that. But handling the function behind that software is utility. So it connects user and both system. And similarly, file compression. So file compression, you just right click on your document and zip it. So what does a zipper or a file compressor do? It compress the data, it decode the data and save that in some other uh, space or memory. What? Yes. So it actually, so that is why I use the term decode. It decode the file and change the format and save it to some other location. सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर की है ना एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर भी है नहीं एप्लीकेशन तो नहीं है सर यूटिलिटी प्रोग्राम इज एक्चुअली a type of system software. Application software helps the user to perform specific tasks. You very well known about that. You really know much about that. People use according to their needs, also known as application package. Application software uses the operating system in order to function. It runs on the top of the operating system. Example are Word, Excel, and Oracle. So I guess it doesn't need much application explanation. Uh, so user use that application, and that application connect user to system. You say something to the software or application software, and then they communicate with the operating system. And for example, if you open a Word file, you just write some document, and then the Word file convert that to the machine level format and save that to some location. So actually, it communicates user to the operating system, and operating system communicate with the hardware. Difference between system and application software. So system software, general purpose, manage computer resources. What does computer resources mean? तो रिसोर्सेज बीइंग जो आपकी मेमोरी है, आपकी प्रोसेसिंग है, दैट इज कंप्यूटर रिसोर्सेज. हार्डवेयर पावर है, कितना स्पेस है, कितना आपके पास टाइम प्रोसेस हो रहा है एप्लीकेशन, दैट इज रिसोर्सेज. सो आपका जो सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर होता है वो आपके कंप्यूटर रिसोर्सेज को मैनेज कर रहा होता है. कि फॉर एग्जांपल आप प्रोसेसर किस एप्लीकेशन को देना है. आपने 100 एप्लीकेशन एक दफा रन किए होते हैं. If you are running 100 of application, then they will manage for you that this application is running this here in this core and this processor, and this one is running and this one. So if this finishes, run this one, and if this application is, this process is paused, then side this one and run this one. So all this kind of activity is controlled by the system software. Number of system software is less than the application software, because yes, you can install a large number of application software, but the utility program or system software are few or are countable. Essential for a computer to work. So that is actually the you can say that the main controller of the software controller of the computer system. Application software specific purpose. Application software are specific purpose, solve particular problem, execute when required. For example, when you open in that application, then it is execute. Or for example, you have written 2 sentences and then you are writing. The application is waiting for you. So wherever you start writing, the application process that. Okay. So execute when required. So that's why when you save that Control S, and then it process in the background and save your document to the concerned file or to number of application software more than the system software. Maybe, but if we count that, maybe you just install your Windows and there is no application. But there are multiple applications which comes with Windows. So that's why they are telling this. Not essential for a computer to work. Computer can work with application software, but cannot work without